Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to Austria. If you have a video request, click over here or buy me a coffee, link is in the description, and thank you for your support. Today's video is quite peculiar because I did not know that The Sound of Music is a true story. It's based on a real family from Austria. Now, I just recently, I think last month, watched The Sound of Music, and I love it because of the soundtrack and everything that it has, like the nostalgic value it has. But suddenly I just realized this is actually a true story. I didn't really think of it that way. So what I've looked into, I haven't looked into it a lot, but it is based on the 1949 memoir, The Story of the Trapp Family Singers by Maria von Trapp, and is set in Salzburg, Austria. It is a fictional retelling of her experiences as governess to 7 children, her eventual marriage with their father, Captain George von Trapp, and their escape during the Anschluss in 1938. And it's the story of a real family called the von Trapp family. The von Trapps were a singing family from Austria who fled the Nazi regime in 1938 and settled in the United States. Okay, so I had no idea that this was actually a true story. I just thought it was a very interesting movie and, you know, with great soundtrack, but it's actually the true story. So, you know, growing up listening to the soundtracks, you kind of just look at it, you know, like, you know, oh, it's something that is amazing, but you never look into it. Now, after, you know, becoming an adult, you look into it and you start researching. And for me right now, you know, the research, real versus fiction, is more interesting than watching the movie itself. We are going to watch this video though with the real Maria von Trapp, who passed away, I think 10 years ago. I saw a few tributes to her as well. But let me know right now in the comments, what does she mean to Austria? What does the movie The Sound of Music mean to Austria? And how big was it in Austria? Because it was big all over the world. So this is Maria von Trapp teaching Julie Andrews to yodel. Which, by the way, I didn't know yodeling was, you know, from the Alps, which I just found out today as well. I thought it was an American thing. You know, guys, as I said, the amount of knowledge that I am acquiring with this channel is absurd. That's why it's very nice if you guys suggest videos or even request videos through Buy Me a Coffee, and it's really interesting. So let's check this out. Maria von Trapp.
Maria, there's something that I've always wanted to ask you. Now, you know, I played
This
you
is the
in the
real
picture,
one.
and you are you, and I am me, and since you are you, and I was you, and well, since you're here, and I'm here, and I was you, I want to know, how was I? Huh?
How was you?
Yes,
Well,
as you.
absolutely wonderful. But
Oh,
But what?
this is where it
remember
comes.
that yodeling in the little goat herd?
Yes,
You know, Julie, there is yodeling and yodeling.
and I was only yodeling, right? I see. Is there anything we can do about that?
Would you be interested if I show you a tiny little, genuine little Austrian yodeler?
Yes, I mean,
The
even
two of
after the
us.
fact, it's better to learn how to yodel properly, right? All right, teach me.
Three-a-ho-ee, yodel-dee-yo.
Wow.
Three-a-ho-ee, yodel-dee-yo. Try. Three-a-ho-ee, yodel-dee-yo. Three-a-yodel-dee-yo.
And I should sing that, right?
Yeah, please.
Okay. It seems to help clearing the throat. Three-a-yodel-dee-yodel-dee-yo. Three-a-yodel-dee-yo.
Wow.
Three-a-yodel-dee-yo. Three-a-yodel-dee-yo.
That is amazing. The Sound of Music. Guys, this was a very big classic. The Sound of Music is one of the greatest musicals of all time. I love these old films. And I've been watching more and more old films nowadays because I can see well, I've always seen the value that it has, how it's old but gold. You know, I've always seen the value, and it's quite sad if the new generation doesn't look back and watch these films and see what the quality it had back then. Even back then, it was ahead of its time. You know what I'm saying? And I miss musicals nowadays. I really do. I wish that musicals were more active nowadays, more, you know, predominant in the music industry, sorry, in the movie industry as it was back then. um Even Disney, guys, man, they had amazing songs. It was like all about music, the classic cartoons. But all of these films, you can see it stands the test of time because it's still relevant today, and we're still talking about the sound of music. And the fact that I am able to get into the story behind the story, you know, the real versus fiction, um, is a new perspective. So I really like the fact that it brings education, right? Because back then I used to watch movies just because I found it entertaining. And nowadays I find myself watching movies with Google next to, like, on my other hand. So I'm watching the film and I'm on Google on the phone researching to see if that's fact, if that's fiction, you know. And it's a different part of the entertainment. It's a different perspective. So right now, I haven't done a lot of research about the sound of music or about Austria or about yodeling for that matter. And it's something that I'm still researching, but I just wanted to make this quick video to share with you guys. And, you know, if you guys have more insight, I always like reading the comments as well. So I knew that this movie was set in Austria, but I didn't know it was a true story. And it's a fantastic experience to relive and re-watch and actually study and understand. Because when you watch things as when you're a kid, you only see the entertainment value of it. But then when you're older, you relate to it a lot more and you understand it a lot more. And as a teacher myself, I teach English for adults. I used to use these old films to help them learn with music. And it's one of those things that I also showed classic films. Like there's another one, You Say Neither, I Say Neither. Do you know that classic film or that classic song? Let's call the whole thing off. You know, it's amazing because I was able to teach my students the difference between neither and neither, which is just a personal preference, right? Let me know in the comments, what do you say, neither or neither? And I think that mixing culture, history, classics with language learning is fascinating. I really like doing that, and it really helps my students. So yeah, watched Sound of Music, looked into the story, still researching, and just making a video because I thought it was interesting, and I hope you guys help me out with the more information in the comments. Okay, a shout out to Austria. This channel is all about the Germanic regions, the DACH-Benelux. So that's Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. So if you're from any of these countries and you want to show me something, then you can go over to Buy Me a Coffee. Link is in the description. Click over here or watch the playlist over here for Austria. Take care for now. Bye-bye.